doing well. If you are new here, my name is Jess and I run this channel called Copper Garden, and we talk about all things fashion, travel, beauty, bit of everything, and there's also some weekly vlogs thrown in there. But if you are returning, then welcome back. So today's video is going to be a kind of different one to something I usually do, and I'm going to be talking about The Ordinary makeup. So I've actually heard about The Ordinary through social media, but recently I came across the pop-up shop and decided to go in and try a few bits for myself. So I thought, what better way to try them than on camera, giving you a first impressions, telling you what I think of things and how I like them and how they sit on my face and that kind of thing. So the products that I'm sharing with you today is the High Spreadability Fluid Primer and the High Coverage Foundation, which are two of their kind of core products, two of the best sellers, and two that I've seen kind of floating around social media quite a lot recently. So I thought I'd give them a go. They're both really inexpensive and it seemed like a good kind of easing into the whole first impressions kind of thing, because this is a very me brand and a brand that I'm definitely looking to maybe invest a bit more into if it's good. So I'm gonna give you a little chat about the products and then we'll go into the full-on like first impressions review. So firstly, we'll just have a little chat about the primer. So the primer is Spreadability Enhancing Lightweight Surface Primer, which is obviously the perfect base for end of your skincare routine, beginning of your makeup routine, and this is a pretty cute little product. I actually kind of love the packaging. That is almost what drew me to it initially. So this is the bottle, very minimal, very cute. This is only £5.50 and you need a very small amount supposedly. So it's kind of like a thick gel consistency, and I just think it sounds really good and I've heard really good things. The girl in the shop said they all use it quite regularly, so I'm hoping that it's going to be a winner for me. And at £5.50, like, you really just can't go wrong. I feel like that's just such a good price for a foundation primer. The next thing we have is the Ordinary Coverage Foundation, which is supposedly high coverage. And there's actually quite a few in the range of foundations. I can't remember how many shades are in the shop or online, but I know there's quite a big range. I'll leave down below all the kind of information so you can check it out completely, because that's really bad of me not to have checked. But this was £5.90, and the girl in the shop, obviously if you order online it's different, but the girl in the shop was really nice. She helped me colour match to my skin, and as you can see from me wearing it right now, because obviously I'm about to try it for first impressions, but as you can see from me wearing it, it's a very good match to my neck, so really impressed. The bottle is tiny, but again, very, very cute, very, very kind of minimal and very my style, if you know me well. It just says on here, shake well before use, squeeze a small amount into the palm or the back of your hand, smooth and blend thoroughly. Basically, just apply like a normal foundation. But I picked up the shade, where's the shade guide? So I've got 2.0p, which is apparently a light medium with pink undertones. And this is also SPF 15, so great if you're kind of going on holiday or you just want a little SPF because you live somewhere a bit hotter than England, because let's be honest, England is not the best kind of weather to need SPF. But even so, this sounds great, and £5.90 again is a really, really great product. Essentially, you're spending about £11 something on both of these products, and hopefully they're going to be long lasting, and the girl in the shop seemed pretty adamant that they would be. So gonna give them a test and tell you what I think, so stay tuned for kind of before and afters, my impressions as I'm putting it on, that kind of thing. So the first thing I'm going to try out is obviously the primer, which sounds really great. I've heard good things about this, and I like the fact that it's kind of like high spreadability, so it means that I won't need too much of it, I'm hoping. Just gonna go ahead and put a little bit on my hand. Oh, it's quite like gloopy, I'll say that much, and I'm getting it everywhere. Okay, as it says we don't need much, I'm gonna go with like just more than a pea, I guess. So literally like the tiniest amount. I'm just gonna go ahead and pop that kind of all over. Oh, it's really silky. Okay, I'm loving the consistency. And it feels really soft, so like when you put it on, it kind of feels really like silky on your skin, and it feels just really nice, and the leftover residue on your hands isn't greasy at all, it kind of just disappears. But I really like the way it feels like on my face. It feels like it's definitely giving me a good prime, good base, great start. So I'm gonna try the foundation now, because this is definitely at the moment a winner for me. I don't know about the longevity yet or anything like that, but for right now I am loving the primer a lot. Okay, so now for the foundation. I actually use a Real Techniques beauty blender for my foundation. As you can see, it's a little bit grubby, it's in need of a wash. I've used it a couple of times this week. But I find this to just be the best way to apply foundation for me. I find that it gives me kind of the smoothest coverage. I find that it just kind of spreads the best, and in general I find these to be a lot easier than using a brush. So I'm going to go ahead and use that for the foundation. So foundation, here we go. They do actually have quite a good range of shades in Ordinary, and there's like lots of different undertone ones which I quite liked. So here we go, we have the foundation. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of apply, I'm going to say like 2 pumps. Like I said, I was told I don't need a huge amount, so I've not done too much. But as you can see from my hand, like it blends really well, and you really apparently don't need much. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of blend this into my skin. Like I said, I'm not a massive beauty blogger. I don't do this in kind of the most conventional of ways. I probably don't apply my makeup like an absolute pro, but that's because I am not. But so far, it seems to be covering my blemishes quite well, because I do seem to have quite a few kind of blemished areas, and it seems to be giving quite a good coverage. I'm curious kind of on the under eyes and stuff how we can best solve that situation, because I find my under eyes are really red, and like just around my eyes in general, so I'm intrigued by how well it covers. I mean, nothing ever completely gets rid of my dark circles, but this is doing a pretty good job. I don't know if you can really see on the camera, but I'm kind of loving how well it's doing so far. It seems to have covered all my blemishes on my nose and stuff. All my freckles are very much hidden. The only thing you can really still see is this scab here, because, you know, when you pick a spot, it does become a scab. And you can still see kind of slight redness under my eyes where the dark circles were, but I'd say that's pretty good coverage, I'll be honest. You can see a lot less than you could see 2 minutes ago, and I think as a base this is really good. Obviously I don't leave my face like this generally, I do contour and like add bronzer and stuff, but as a base I'd say this is quite a good one. The only thing I will say is that from looking at it in the mirror, I don't know if this is due to like just general dryness of my skin, but it is seeming to like sit in the lines of my face. So like just here, it's sitting kind of in the creases of my eyes a little bit, but I feel like that might just be because I maybe applied a little bit too much, I'm not really sure. But blendability, I'm very impressed with. It's blended out really well. I'm really impressed. I think it looks really nice. In the mirror, it just kind of looks like I haven't got foundation on, which I quite like. It kind of just looks like my natural face. I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of my makeup and get back to you so I don't look like such a ghost, because I've like got my lips and stuff. But once I've done the rest of my face, I'll get back to you and then we can talk a bit more about my results. Okay, so this is the finished face. So obviously I've now added eyeliner and eyebrows and all that kind of stuff. But I actually really like the way this foundation looks. I like the way it sits. I can apply makeup easily on top of it. Things like my cream contour and stuff just kind of really easily glide on, which is obviously a bonus, because when you have a foundation you ideally want to be able to like layer it up and stuff and it just stay looking really nice. I also like the fact that it's got a kind of like glowy finish. So I have put a highlight over the top, but I kind of like that it gives you that subtle like natural glow, and I think honestly it's just a really gorgeous foundation. I absolutely love it, and I definitely think I'll be using it a lot more. It's kind of a no-brainer with the price of it, that you would assume that it may not be maybe as good. I honestly absolutely love it, and I'm really intrigued to try out more from the Ordinary range in terms of like skincare and stuff. So definitely, if you have any recommendations of products you've already tried or things that you've heard are really good, leave them in the comments because I'd love to know. But yeah, I'm really chuffed with this. I'll leave the link down below to the primer and the foundation, and I hope you like this video, guys. If you want more makeup reviews and things like this in the future, let me know in the comments, because I'm kind of leaning more towards doing the odd one here and there, kind of just things that I generally am trying and stuff. I'm not going to go like overboard and start giving you like crazy amounts of first impressions and things, but yeah, I'm a very natural makeup girl, so anything that kind of fits that is fab for me. But I really do hope you like this video, guys, and I can't wait to see you in my next one. Bye!